So I just made a video about how I realized my mom was always male centered, made everything about obtaining a relationship with a man from a very young age in my life. And it's why I had a lot of pick me type ways well into my late 20s. And now in my 30s, it's like a lot of redemptive work from my late 20s into the early 30s, like really cleaning this up, right? But like moving forward, thinking about this, right? Especially as I watch some Netflix shows like Worst Ex Ever, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, damn, my mama never said anything about a man putting their hands on me, a man being mean to me. Hell, I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking about how once upon a time, like the first love of my life, what the fuck ever, at 16, I remember he broke my heart, and I was like crying on the floor in a fetal position, and she never really even properly consoled me about that. But I remember like kind of telling her he did something messed up, and she was like, "Oh, I don't care. That's still my son." It's like, where was the standard ever established? It wasn't. It wasn't. And I'm not even blaming her. I'm just going back and following the breadcrumbs to try to figure out, why did I operate like this? Why did I not think a lot more highly of myself? And it's just so funny that I'm like, damn, where were the warnings about a man trying to have sex with me, about a man being like overly controlling, or being more like sex oriented, or just being someone that would take advantage of me? I don't remember getting any warnings about that. I just remember, I can't wait for you to get married. I just hope one day, I hope before I die, you end up with a good man. Like, oh, a man. Oh, I need you to be with a man. Oh, go, everything. Bitch, what about my safety? Like, what about me being with someone that's actually going to be a good, upstanding person? Like, none of this was communicated. You didn't even tell me how to like find a person like this. And how could you? You never found him. You never found him. But like from her place of lack, she just communicated this sense of desperation and urgency. And it's so interesting because in my later 20s, befriending women who would say like, yeah, I hate male-centered women. And I'm like, male-centered women? What's that? And then when I had to realize, she was like, yeah, everything like revolves around a man. And I'm like, hold on. Am I she? And I had to think about it. I was like, damn, if dating is the dominant like conversation, like, yeah, you are pretty much male centered if you're just always talking about men, dating. Everything's about like marriage. Everything's about like relationships. Like you're male centered. And I never thought about it because that's how I was raised. My mom just always talked about men and finding a man and being with a man and not being alone. And so to my surprise, my late 20s into my 30s, and now this year I'll be 33, realizing there's so much more out there. Like I shared in the last video, I was showing my mom how much my hair grew, and she was like, men love long hair. And I was like, bitch. So funny, I shared this with my best friend, and she was like, yo, did you see that video going around where they asked like black men what their favorite hairstyle is on black women, and like more than half of them said bobs? Bitch, they gonna like what the fuck they get. Okay, now it's so refreshing to be on this side of the coin where I just don't give a fuck anymore. And it's I love this book. Shout out to Gia L. Lambert, because he did God's work with this book, Men Don't Love Women Like You. And it's helping me realize that like I've been set up. And for any women out there that are raising little girls, I don't care if you're a single parent or what, please, please instill in them that they are the most important person in the world, that there's nothing that will ever be more important than prioritizing their happiness, their sense of adventure, their uniqueness. Please do not hinge everything on being in a relationship, because that will do more damage than you could ever imagine. Anywho, that's it. I just wanted to follow up. Okay, love you, bye. Mean it.